Race 1 at Sandown, a 2-year-old handicap over 1200 metres. My numbers will be 4, 3, 1 and 7. I'm going with Igniting here. It was a good return from him. The race was dominated up front against the pattern of the day. Tempo moderate, about 3 lengths and change below average. So I think his effort to come through along the inside, which wasn't the A ground as well, and run well, was a good one. Hard to beat. King of Hastings, a danger, started short on debut off some nice trial form. Tracked a fast speed and came away well. Overall figures good. Can't Be Done was on speed, beat home Igniting last time, must have a case. And High Stranger ran well on debut behind Sebricate, finished with St Edward's Crown, of course, subsequent winner. 4, 3, 1 and 7, the first. Sandown race 2, benchmark 84 it is, over 1600 metres. My numbers will be 2, 7, 8 and 3. Going with Silent Roar, led, did not crawl up front at Caulfield, set a strong speed, about 8 lengths above average, yet still travelled well and kicked. Sure, the pattern was on his side, but the overall time was strong for the class. He's now on 4 or 5 at the mile and run well in stakes grade against the mares in the spring, so hard to beat here again. Global Sanctions come back well. Chased an informed mare fresh, jumped quickly and tripped second up and won well. The third horse was Exasperate, who subsequently won well. Shrouded and Missed had a chance last time, but was back in trip there. And that form around High Suppose easily ties in. Prayer Eclipse, very genuine girl. She's next. 2 on top, 7, 8, 3. Sandown race 3, it's an open handicap over 1200 metres. Numbers will be 2, 5, 1 and 9. I'm going with Malibu Style. All his recent form on wet tracks has been terrific, including a terrific effort in the Wangoom, and he just missed last time behind the Flying Bandaber, who just had such a soft run in behind. So I think he's hard to beat in a competitive race. William Thomas, strong win second up, and that win had merit on the clock. Then had a real task last time off that slow speed. In fact, he ran home 11.30 last 200. It was the fastest of the day. I think he's ready for 1200 and can win. Jungle Edge, an on-pace pattern would help. Wet track certainly helps him. He'll get that. Maybe he just led too slowly last time. He was run over in the last 100 or so. And Pico next best. Look, has a case. The form line's tying through Tin Hat and Co. Could have jumped out a little better, but doesn't really have a poor run on her CV. 2, 5, 1 and 9. Sandown race 4, it's a handicap over 1200 metres for the 3-year-olds. Numbers here 7, 6, 9 and 13. I think Vilo represents some value here. She was wide and good fresh on wet ground, then had 3 forgive runs at Caulfield, a track she doesn't seem to handle well at all, and she's close up in Red Roses stakes at Flemington on Cup Week. If she runs to that, she can win this, and as I say, I think she's over the odds. Valia the 7. Morrissey, a danger, led with company up the straight, looked lost to my eye. Back around a bend here. The win prior to that at Caulfield after covering ground was very strong. Beers with Clint, wants 1200 now, likes it wet, it's right in the game. And Delusions, I like the Bams on Fire form. That was a forgive run last time when wide. 7, 6, 9, 13. Sandown race 5, this one an open handicap over 2100 metres. Numbers will be 1, 2, 5 and 4. Pakadali was dominant last time. He was 4th up. He beat a good one in Live and Free. There were good gaps behind him. His form around Trap for Fools is Group 1 form, and I think he can win again. Lamborghini's probably the overs in the race. Outsped at the mile last time off a freshen. Loved the way he hit the line. In fact, he was race fastest last 200 there, and now gets back up in trip. He ran well to Surprise Baby last prep, remember. Beau Balmain was a good Australian debut, made ground against the pattern. Needs to make up 5 lengths on Pakadali, but with the weight advantage relatively, 1.5 kilo swing, and the added fitness, you can clearly make a case there. And Willy probably had excuses last time, ridden up on a strong speed. 1, 2, 5 and 4. Sandown, race number 6. This one is a 3-year-old handicap over 2100 metres. Competitive start to the quaddie. I'm going 11, 1, 5 and 12. Tysonic was a good effort last time, closer to a strong speed. She beat all bar one. It was Dogmatic, of course, a key rival here. She now meets him 4 kilos better. I think the run prior to that behind Fidelia is strong form when she was ridden a little bit colder. Dogmatic was only second up at Caulfield when winning that race in good style. That was his first go at 2000 metres too. Seems to relish wet tracks. Jump up in the weights is the query. Igniter looks a bit of overs, a forgive run last time when wide, and Dark Confident brings the different form line back from a sound effort in a Group 3 in Adelaide. They all go in 11, 1, 5 and 12. The quaddie today at Sandown looks a challenging one. We're going reasonably wide, and numbers in the first league will be 11, 1, 5 and 12. Tysonic good last time behind Dogmatic with the weight advantage. Igniter, forgive run that race, and Dark Confident. They all go in 11, 1, 5 and 12. Onto the second league, taking a few here in a competitive benchmark 78. The numbers will be 13, 16, 12, 9 and 10. Heir to the Throne, our top pick, hard to beat. Was back in trip at sale last time and did a good job there. Phone Me, a forgive run last time. Street Cheek impressed last start. Handsome return and a good roughie here. Boogie has come up massive odds. off a couple of forgive runs. 13, 16, 12, 9 and 10. Third leg, we're going 5 Waging War. Pretty keen on it, but I want some insurance in the quaddie because he can have an off day. 3 El Galil resumes, good fresh horse. Span ahead's going well, and Odie and the likely leader. 5, 3, 8 and 2 in the third leg. And coming home with Sizzle Me on top 6. She is back in trip though, so we can't take her solo. 7 Fabric, a must off a good win last time. 8 Gennady, 3 Buffalo River, who's been well back. And Asgard Massif, the likely leader, I want on my side in the quaddie. So we're home 6, 7, 8, 3 and 1. Good luck, punters. Sandown, race number 7. This one is the benchmark 78 over 1,600 metres and another competitive race. Numbers 13, 16, 12 and 9. I'm going with Heir to the Throne here. Sharply back in trip at sale last time. Dug deep to win with weight. Doubt he handled the hillside track prior to that. I think he's better suited the mile and does like it wet. Phone Me, wide last time, and I just don't think he's a strong 2,000 metre horse in any case. He was on their heels late at Flemington when only second up prior to that, and it was an on-pace dominated race. He can win. Street Chic, I don't love gate 1 generally at the track, but that was a confidence boosting win last time. He really darted away late, and that form round adversary is strong. Handsome Return, next best, was sharply back in trip last time, now gets out to the mile. 13, 16, 12 and 9. Sandown, race number 8. This one is 1,600 metres, open handicap, and my numbers will be 5, 3, 8 and 2. Waging War looks hard to beat. Good enough to thrash Widgie Turf one day. Overcame difficulties to win well last time. The run prior to that after covering ground was terrific. Look, he can have an off day, but on his day, he's very, very good. El Galil resumes. Good fresh horse, good miler. Never runs poorly and handles a wet track. So a lot of ticks for that horse. Span ahead's going well. This horse good enough to beat home Plain Seal last prep and had a good run last time, but won well with no weight. Stays down in the weights. And Odin, the likely leader, gave a good sight last time. Just hasn't won for a while, the knock. 5, 3, 8 and 2. Sandown, race 9. This one is a 3-year-old handicap over 1,400 metres, and my numbers will be 6, 7, 8 and 3. Competitive one. Sizzle Me was luckless last time in a fast Group 1. Look, she's sharply back in trip, but been freshened. She chased Barrett and Mr. Quickie her previous 2 runs. She'll need a bit of luck from gate 1, but I think she's come up over the odds. Fabric, a couple of luckless runs, then had the right run last time and won well. Race rated quite well. First go wet and unknown. Gennady, good chase to win the maiden, then straight to a 64 and won again. Beat Part-Time Lover, who had beaten Fabric home prior to that, so the form lines do tie in. And Buffalo River heavily backed at the Australian debut off some sharp jump out form and won well. It can go on. 6, 7, 8 and 3.